Hello everybody, it's finally here. The Grey Eminence Alpha gameplay trailer has just dropped. I'm going to let you watch it without me, and then we're going to go over it. It's not going to be a super long video, but I just had to show you this because it looks so freaking good.
Witness the dawning of a new era in grand strategy gaming. Dive into a vast world of over 1 million tiles, a faithful recreation of Earth as it existed in the year 1356. Steer the fate of any one of over 700 countries, from the fractured polities of the Holy Roman Empire to the great Mongol hordes of Asia. Each country offers a unique playing experience. Its particular set of laws determine how its society works and how you can interact with it. Construct workshops and manufactories in a bid to urbanize your realm, or cut down the forests of old to make way for croplands and pastures. Seize territory along strategic trade routes to reap monopolistic profits, or venture across the seas to establish new networks into distant markets. Engage in the generational contest between dynasties and secure new domains through marriage and inheritance. The world of Grey Eminence is a living simulation, and soon enough, it'll be at your fingertips. Join our Patreon to be among the first to gain access to our upcoming closed alpha, and help us write this new chapter in historical grand strategy.
Oh, baby. Let's take a closer look and break things down. And one thing I wanted to point out is this is a screenshot from the most recent dev diary, okay? Look at the map. Look at what the map looks like. This is what the map now looks like. Holy crap. This is such an improvement. We obviously knew the map was getting improved, but this is a massive, massive step up. Now, in case you're not familiar, what is Grey Eminence? Grey Eminence is, in the most simple terms, EU4, but a lot more. Mayo and taxes, but more, and its own game and not a mod. That would be the way I would summarize it extremely briefly for you. So a lot of people that like this channel, I have to imagine, are going to be very excited about this game. It's looking really, really good. A lot of people have said they think it's overreaching. It's overly ambitious. Maybe, but it's looking pretty damn good so far. And, you know, sometimes you got to shoot for the moon and you don't land among the stars. You just land on the moon. I mean, they did that. That was quite ambitious too. So anyway, look how good this map looks. Look at this. Let me crank the graphics quality here so that we can get better looks at this map. But it's so nice. I really like this gradient thing they've gone for. I imagine this is population. This looks to me like a population map of this region. 1356 when the game starts. Great year because it means you have a really interesting European setup. 100 Years' War very much ongoing. Austria not yet unified. Bohemia, of course, still the emperor. And it means that over in the Eastern Europe, that is, you have, of course, the Golden Horde, the Blue Horde, all battling it out for supremacy. And then, of course, over in the Far East, I think there was a screenshot of it somewhere here. Yeah, you have, of course, the Red Turban Rebellion ongoing. China's fractured, ready to be brought together. Now, what did we learn from this trailer? Not a massive amount. They've made the map look just staggeringly better. It now kind of reminds me of Civ. They are thinking about ways to try and smooth the whole hex view. Obviously, the hexes are the way that the game actually runs, but I think a lot of people want it to be a little bit more kind of smoother. Like these curves on Aragon look a bit weird, but you know, I think it's looking pretty good. Other thing I want to point out, the faces look much better than they have in early dev diaries. I think there's another example later in the trailer, I think, or was it earlier here? Yeah, I think these faces are looking much better. Which is really nice. This general UI, really liking it, looking very cool. This is the Duchy of Munich aristocratic monarchy, looking very cool. There's a number of dev diaries that have come out for this game that I have yet to cover on the channel. I have been reading them all. This is definitely going to reinvigorate me to do a bunch of videos on the dev diaries, so don't worry, those will be coming soon. If you like consuming your dev diaries in that format, I'll be catching you up on the goings on. Other stuff we can see here, there's always going to be things that I think are not good, like this goods UI here is not very useful. I don't think, like, because there's so many goods showing just 2, but there's always improvements and stuff to be going on. I like the way they've done these charts. I like the kind of the active wedge being larger. That's a cool UI element. And it's just like, look at this map, just the scale of it. 1 million tiles they have, slightly more than 1 million tiles on this map. I can't wait to dive in as these nations and try and unify stuff up. And of course, 1356, a great year to have the Purple Phoenix rise again, not as desperate, not quite as desperate as 1444. And we can see, yeah, Serbia, of course, at one of the higher points of its empire's power. This was an interesting bit of the trailer, I think. Cutting down, obviously, this is all work in progress. I have to imagine. But macro builder confirmed, by the way. Very nice. Very nice. Love to see that. So forestry, setting up logging camps to chop down trees, clearing the way. I really like the idea that you could fully change like the landscape of your nation in this game. You could tear down the forests. You can do all that kind of stuff. This is looking very promising on the macro builder. The trade map, some would say this looks too complicated. It's worth noting, you're only going to interact with the stuff like, you know, in and around your nation, I have to imagine. And also they've talked in the Discord about the fact that as you zoom in and out, like trade lines that show up change based on the volume of trade actually going through them. So it's going to be really dynamic ways of having that work, which is so cool. I also really like the idea. I mean, this seems like such a good world to set up like trade posts in and carve your way to India, get those spice imports going and all that kind of stuff. And then here we see some stuff about diplomacy. Love to see specific numbers shown as to why they will and won't accept something. I'm assuming you can hover over +4 will accept and it'll see you the exact reasons. And we see all the things that it does. We see what happens if they refuse, all that kind of thing. I believe this heart means that character likes your character, but we'll see. And again, yeah, like these images, these faces, looking much better. I always, I regret CK's move to the 3D stuff because I think well-made, procedurally generated 2D faces are really nice. I'm assuming they're procedurally generated. They look kind of a bit too good for that. But anyway, I suppose we'll find out. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a huge amount of specific detail to add or anything to this. If you want to get access to the alpha, which is said to be a couple of months out, then do subscribe on Patreon. The way that it works is you subscribe on Patreon, and once you have donated the value of the game, like the amount they want for the game, then you get access to both the closed alpha, and once the game is out, you get an actual copy of the game. So basically, by being subscribed to the Patreon, you're essentially paying your, the cost of eventually buying the game. You're just paying it, over a series of months. So it's not like you're paying to be part of the closed alpha and then you'll also have to buy the game or anything like that. It's just a way of supporting the game in a kind of consistent way early on that also lets you then get access to the full game once it releases, and then not ruling out a 2023 release. Always expect things to be delayed. Of course, no one wants them to hurry and release it before it's ready and really good and stuff, but looking very promising. As I said, more Dev Diary videos will be coming soon for the wonderful Grey Eminence. I can't wait to get my hands on this alpha and start messing about. The laws and things looking really, really interesting. And, I mean, okay, this is a very positive video. I don't want to bring it down by being at all negative, but a lot of the stuff I'm seeing in here about how the laws work, how the forestry works, how the industry stuff is talked about, how the population stuff is worked about, it's just kind of better Victoria 3. It seems like a lot of the decisions that were made in Victoria 3 that I wasn't a fan of, they haven't made. Which I'm very excited about, and I think that's going to be really, really cool. But I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. We'll get back to some Dev Diaries. Check out their Patreon if you can afford it and are interested in supporting it and helping this game get developed to be the very best that it can be. And I will see you all next time. Links to the description. to their Discord and to their Patreon. Thanks for watching. Go watch the trailer a couple of times too, and share it with your friends. Tell everybody. It's going to be so cool.